Joy and Sorrow. By Khalil Gibran. Khalil Gibran. Born on January 6, 1883 in a village of Ottoman-ruled Mount Lebanon Mutasarrifate and immigrated to United States in 1895. He was a Lebanese-American writer, poet, visual artist, and philosopher. Enrolled at a school in Boston and then at the College de la Sagesse in Beirut. Displayed his drawings for the first time in 1904 at Day's Studio, Boston. First book in Arabic was published in 1905 in New York. Best known as the author of The Prophet, published in 1923. Brought up as a Christian, he was an Arab and was influenced by Islam. His mysticism was also influenced by theosophy and Jungian psychology. Died on April 10, 1931. Joy and Sorrow. Published as the 8th section in The Prophet in 1923. It is the teaching of Prophet Al-Mustafa before he departed from the imaginary city of Orphalese. Influenced by the book Thus Speak Zarathustra by Friedrich Nietzsche, published in 1891. Indicates that joy is inseparable from sorrow. Summary. The poem opens with a woman asking to the Prophet Al-Mustafa to talk about joy and sorrow. To a response to that, the Prophet started giving his explanation on joy and sorrow, which are inseparable. He states that the joy you feel is the other form of sorrow which is unmasked. The laughter rises can also be seen as the one which is filled with tears. The poet reminds us that joy and grief flow from the same well. He indicates that if the sorrow is deep in our feeling, then that person will be able to enjoy the more joyous moments. He indicates an example of a cup which is burned in the potter's oven is the one which holds the wine. The flute which is producing the sweet music is also the one which was hallowed by the knives. He states that on enjoying the joy one must look deep into the heart and must realize that it is the sorrow that is underlying, provides great joy. So while a person is in sorrow, he must look into the heart and feel that the weeping is there to make them enjoy a delight. According to some, the joy is greater and others feel that the sorrow is greater. The poet asserts that these two are inseparable. He tells that both joy and sorrow will be there together and only one will be exposed. When joy is there, sorrow will be asleep in the bed, and when sorrow is there, joy will be asleep in the bed. All human beings are verily suspended like scales between sorrow and joy, one rising and other falling. The poet states the treasure keeper, the creator who lifts the human to weigh the deeds, the scale varies. It is the deeds and the emotions which occupy the life of human is making the human to feel joy and sorrow. Thus the poet indicates that the humans experience sorrow by the assumed loss of something that provided happiness. Unmasking the sorrow will leads to find joy again. For more videos, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.